Hello.
Hello, can you hear, see?
Can you see and hear us? How's it
See
going?
my stuff here.
Where's the chat?
Let me see. I have it on my phone too.
Nice.
It's a little delayed as usual.
Oh no, it attached to this side. It never does it.
Oh, it did the thing that you needed it to do?
Yes.
That's the first time today.
For the longest time. My God. So clumsy today.
Today.
See and hear. Nice to see you.
How are you guys doing? It's very nice to see you guys too.
Yes.
Just checking if everything is working here. Yes.
Yeah? Oh good, oh good.
Oh, it's
Sigh.
been a journey with the technology today.
My God, it didn't want to work. Like, past 5 minutes, I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
please.
It was working, then out of nowhere.
Not working.
Not today.
Yeah.
But Flavia got it.
In the theme of divine trust.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I was already just like, it's fine if we need to create a new link. It's
Yeah.
totally okay. Let's just move with the flow.
Yes.
So we are here to just chat with you guys. We do have a theme for this month and an inspired theme for this live chat, but we are also here just to answer any of your questions for the next 40 minutes to 50. And we're very excited. It's been a while since we've been live on YouTube, I think,
Yeah.
right? My track of time
It's
is the
been a really long
freaking
time, I
worst.
think.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. I don't know,
Yeah.
But anyways.
Did you guys check the booklet about the theme of the
Oh,
month?
yes.
And, all the herbs and things that you can use? Crystals.
We do have a thing to show, So if you haven't
we
yet
do.
checked it out, this month we are offering this free booklet with an energy read about July, and the theme and also the spirit guides coming forward for the month. That's something that we've been doing on Patreon now. Every month we're bringing one being,
Yeah.
and this is the first time that we're bringing two, I think this year or something, right? Yes, I think so, because they wanted to come, holding hands, Yeshua and Hillel, and who are we to say no? So we are channeling Yeshua and Hillel this month for all of the events. We're bringing their energy through, I'll say, and embodying their essence and helping patrons connect with their essence as well and all of that. And they had a theme for the month, which is divine trust. So that's basically what it is. So in this booklet, there's lots of information about the energies we're working with, astrologically, a little bit about that as well. A small kind of card reading that, expresses all of that, some tools that you can work with, and especially on the theme of, a journey of divine trust. What does that mean and how to work with that? And we'll be exploring this theme throughout the month of July, and we are very excited. We love to work with Yeshua and Hillel. I think that's, we've made that plainly obvious before. But yeah, so we started doing the free booklet thing. You can move it if you want. And we would love to know, we've received some feedback already. Thank you, everyone that has, taken the time to do that. But we love listening from you. It's like, is this something that is valuable to you, that you get to use and put in your toolbox, of your practices for the month? And should we keep creating them? Because we had a lot of fun doing it.
And I think this is very cool because we've always wanted to create some sort of box that we could send to people with, tools to use throughout the month. And maybe this is the start of something like that. First you start doing it by yourselves, but maybe eventually we can get to provide
something
it for you
even,
as well. The
yeah.
crystals and the herbs and everything.
Yeah, that's always been something. And I don't know, I thought it felt good to me to create it, to connect with the energy, to connect with Yeshua and Hillel and all of that. O que aquela pessoa tá falando ali? Olha só.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye on that. It's kind of funny.
It's very funny.
What are you doing?
I need to do stuff.
Okay.
Keep talking.
So we have some questions that have already been posted that we opened on our Patreon. So we already have like a few of them that we will get through. I mean, I'm looking for it. That's what I'm looking. Here.
Mm-hmm.
So we can dive into that, and we'll just be, of course, checking chat and seeing what you guys here are saying and everything. But yeah,
Yes.
let's do that for a second, because I've been talking and talking.
I'm just doing something here real quick.
Pra quem?
Duda.
Duda, a Cláudia tá colocando você de moderadora do chat, e se essa pessoa que tá sendo um pouco sem noção continuar mandando coisa sem noção, você pode...
Entendeu já. It's okay. Okay, let's see. What did you say? We were gonna start with the questions?
Yeah, no, let's
Just
look
doing
the
the-
chat and,
okay.
you know, interact a little bit before we get into
It's
answering
very far away from
questions.
me. In the other screen. Okay. Let's see. Doing good. Just made some chocolate pudding for my son. Which is, oh my god, that sounds delicious.
Yes.
Has this been brought forward from tomorrow? No. We do have a live event the day after tomorrow.
Yes.
So,
And that's on
yeah,
Patreon.
that's on Patreon.
For all tiers, right? It's Ask Us Anything.
Yes. Our house internet just went out. Looking by my phone.
Oh,
my
well,
god.
thanks for being
Yeah,
here.
thank you. Ours was acting a little
Yeah.
weird today also. The booklet's awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Love it. Yes.
That's awesome. Hello,
hello,
Jackie. Both of us.
Yeah.
Immediately.
You're driving. Okay. Drive safe.
Yes.
You're on YouTube? We are on YouTube. Can you believe it? It's been a
Right.
while. I created my altar and we'll be adding the new Halel and grids you guys just added to Etsy. Loving Halel's wings, right?
Yes. Oh my God. I think Halel's new picture is my favorite thing I've ever drawn. But, you know, he's... Oh my God. He's
So
so...
gorgeous. And Yeshua's
so
eyes in the
amazing.
new picture
Yes.
as well. Beautiful. I
Both
love
of them, like, they are my new two favorites. I think I say that about almost every single one. But there's something about... Especially Halel in this one for me that is crazy.
Yeah. I love this theme. I feel it's so needed right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's very relevant too.
It looks very professional.
Thank you.
It's kind of like the info you used to send
Mm-hmm.
to accompany the ceremony. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I love Yeshua holding his hand on his chest and heart. I've seen him come forth like that sometimes.
Yeah. I
Yes.
felt like drawing a little bit of more like a... What is the word? Like a more traditional image of him this time. And that's how he posed.
Yeah.
Just checking on Stella.
My comic relief. Oh.
So let's start checking
Yes.
the questions here. Well, you have it there
I
with
have
you.
it here too.
Okay.
Yes. So the first one from Jeff. Really great questions. Who are you guys?
We are.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, that's correct.
I was. Doesn't it like bug you a little bit? Like, who are you? I am.
That can be a profound question, but it can be very simple as well.
Yeah.
I'm Flavia.
I'm Fernanda.
Yeah, we
Yeah. I was.
we have been sharing our spiritual journey and also bringing forth beings and classes and ceremonies and things like that for the past 4 years.
Yes.
Almost 5. And we teach sacred sexuality. We talk about chakras, Reiki.
Channeling and
Yes.
alchemy of
All sorts.
all sorts. Yeah. You can
Yes.
find like a lot of our work and things that we've been doing for the past like 4 years on Patreon.
Yes.
And there are some very affordable tiers there, like tier 1 and 2, that you get access to 4 years of events and lots of stuff. It can be a little overwhelming even, So take it, one step at a time, allowing yourself, but you are welcome to join us there. It's where we host the majority of our live events. Sometimes we do some stuff outside, and again, we are trying to get a little bit more, what is the word, to come to YouTube a little bit more often, because we always have a lot of fun. We love it. It's just been, a little overwhelming the past few months, but here we are.
Yes. Lots of things are changing and we are adapting.
Yeah.
Starting anew. Let's see. Why we feel fear or have doubts even when we are aware of the divine time and divine trust?
Because you're human, is my answer. Because it's part of the things that you learned to cope and to survive, I think, is what it is. So why do we feel fear? And I was thinking about this today, actually, that when we are born, psychology says that we are born with only 2 fears, right? The fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. Every other fear is a behavior that you learned, either to, again, cope with a situation or to survive a situation, or because you watched it done, or for whatever other reason, you were not born with those fears. So I think sometimes we need to think about it like that, And because some fears, they are even a little silly if we think about it. So, for example, I am afraid of butterflies. Technically everything that flies, but butterflies. And there are like some aspect of it that sometimes it's just like, this is so freaking stupid, What is it going to do to me? Why am I paralyzed by this? Why am I allowing it to dictate what I do and how I feel sometimes? It's like the place that I go and I'm worried and anxious and things like that. But there are some, and that's not to say that fear isn't valid, because it is. It's an aspect of myself that was created for a certain purpose, either in this lifetime or another lifetime, right? So having compassion with that, I think, is the way. It's like, why do you feel fear? Why do we have doubt? Because we've learned that that's a part of the experience. And the whole process of a spiritual awakening even consists in remembering, I think, and relearning and releasing all the things that don't serve you anymore. So I think all of those things can coexist with divine trust. That's my personal opinion. That sometimes I think that we want things to be very black and white, but the world is made of infinite colors, right? So I think it's about learning how to manage those things and not to allow the fear and the doubt to cripple you, for example, or to create like an aspect or a reality in your life that doesn't allow for flow, that doesn't allow. So that's when you know that something needs to be done there. It could be therapy, it could be meditation, it could be any other practice that allows you to remember that truth. But I think there is space for divine trust to coexist with all of the other aspects of being human. You don't need to fully let go 1,000% of that one thing to have the other. I think that sometimes we are very extreme in the ways that we want things to be. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is also about a little bit about that, about this letting go of control, because I think when it comes to things like you mentioned, the fear of butterflies, that is something that can come to you when mentioning fear, the kind of fear, like when you plan something and you fear it's not going to work out, or you're not going to have the response you wanted. This fear, I think, comes much more from the expectations we put into something and wanting to control the result. Instead, we can perhaps try to have a stronger sense of self and respond to things as they unfold, instead of having just one way, and feeling it's not going to work out specifically the way you wanted it to, you know? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And again, I think it can coexist. It doesn't mean that because you are afraid that you don't trust. You know, it's like you still trust, but there is a part of your psyche, of your emotional body, or whatever it is that is having a harder time letting go of something. And we should thread with care and with love instead of just say that, you know, they are complete opposites. I don't think that they are.
Yeah. Let's see. Flavia, speak closer to the mic. Is this better? I think I need to speak louder.
I think you need to put...
Is it better?
Yeah,
because it's so close to my mouth. It doesn't look as close, but it is so close.
It's because you're used to the Yeti. It captures everything. This one is very unilateral. It's like focused. So yes.
The angle is not.
Mas aí tá na frente da sua cara.
Ah, okay.
It's okay. That totally resonates. The fear of wanting not to lose control. Absolutely. And there's just so much to unpack with that alone, you know, with what do we even have control over? Really everything and nothing, you know? So again, this is a whole conversation, maybe like a whole podcast about control itself. You know, what does it mean spiritually? What does it mean? And why are we so adamant in wanting control, and how can we empower ourselves in this journey, right? Instead of again feeling like, oh my God, I'm doing this wrong, or this or this or that, right? I think that with whatever question we are asking ourselves, our guides, each other, trying to remain in an empowered point of view will change the whole game, will change everything.
How can we help people that are lost and don't accept help?
Oh, what a question.
Yeah. We let them be if they don't want to be helped.
And I think that aside from that, because of course, like everyone has remembering, first of all, remembering that everyone is divine, everyone is spirit, everyone is God, everyone is source, however you want to put it. And they have total control, or they have total, they have the right to do the things that they want to do in the way that they want to do them. Who are we to want something more for someone that have so much power and so much wisdom in their soul? Everyone does. If we reconnect with that, like I am one and I am one with God or with spirit or with the universe, however you phrase this, you know, all-encompassing love that we are, the choices that we're making in these bodies do not really all the time reflect the wisdom of your soul for our own human eyes. But if you take a few steps back, you can understand, like, okay, maybe because they thought that they had this karma and they wanted to do this and that. If you start, you know, taking a few steps back and looking at the situation from an empowered point of view, why did they choose to go through that? You know, why did they choose to be lost at this moment? And what can I do then to support their journey without thinking that I know what's best for them, without thinking that my way is the right way? Right? And I think that the easiest way is to model that to them. You know, you act and you live life as the example of that. And for example, like love to all things, love to all beings, love to, you know, love and respect and understanding and acceptance of everyone. If you are living that example, that's the easiest way to touch someone, instead of trying to just hammer it into their heads or whatever might be the thing. Because again, sometimes we think that we are right because we feel that so strongly in our hearts, right, in our gut, and like, oh my God, why can't you see that I'm trying to help you? But again, if they don't want help, they have total right, you know, of that's their prerogative of not wanting you to deal with that for them, because that's their learning experience, that's their, you know, creation that they are doing. So I think that this happens a lot. I think all of us, we've been through that at least once, you know, especially in like a spiritual journey. Sometimes, I don't know, for you guys, now can't speak for you, but sometimes it's just like, oh my God, why are you choosing to have such a hard time with this? Let me help, or let someone help, or just change this perspective. To step a little back and not feel so entitled, you know, to the truth. Because what is truth, right? Our truth is different. Our experiences are different. And we can't really know what people plan for their incarnations as well. 100%. It's their soul. So we don't have the full picture when we're seeing someone lost in this present moment, like here and now. You don't know the full picture. You don't know if this feeling of loss, of confusion, or whatever it is that they are going through is exactly what they need to ignite the change that they want, to creating their reality. But it will never be up to us to define or decide or dictate that. But we can be the example for that. So I can be loving, I can be accepting, I can be soft, and I can have boundaries, of course, which is also very important. But I can live and model that, you know, as I am going, and practice that with them as well. I think it would be the easiest way to do it. But of course, every situation is different.
Yeah, that, and you can try to communicate that you see the situation the person is at, and if ever they want any assistance with this, you are open to help them. You know, just, it's not like turning your back. Because I just answered like, let them be.
Yeah, that's not what you meant.
Yeah, you're back to them. It's just, you know,
yeah,
let their path unfold, but also being available if that's what you wish, to assist them when they
of
want
course.
it.
And also, it's not your, what is the word? I forgot the word. Being both. Yes, exactly. It's not your responsibility to make other people's lives better. You should focus on you.
On your perspective of better.
Yeah.
That's hard to learn.
It is. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What a journey.
Yeah.
What is she saying there?
It can be hard to see the people you love doing something bad for themselves and just watch. But definitely to think that we are all God, that everything is divinely planned, helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taking like a deep breath and
Yeah.
trusting that they know, that again their higher selves know what it is. And we may never be, that's also something that is good to I think accept, is that we may never understand and we may never agree with the way that they are doing things. That does not mean that we have the right to try to, you know, mingle with something that we have not no understanding of. It's a journey.
It's a journey. I love that explanation. Once Yeshua showed me, we are sometimes only focusing on people's thoughts and actions and not seeing the essence of what they are. Yeah,
absolutely. What did I mean to say?
Resonates with me too. Sometimes I have to remind myself to see what happens instead of trying to control things every step of the way.
Oh yeah.
Yes, same. It's like it's a practice.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Oh, did I read that? No. It requires so much mastery, and it's easy to get lost in repetitive actions instead of choosing compassion.
Yes, and sometimes choosing compassion is so easy, you know. It's because we haven't perhaps learned it in our society. Like our first response to something or our first reaction to something, very unlikely will be compassion. Yeah. I think that because we don't learn, I mean, just as like a collective, you know, and being judgmental in my own way, I don't think that we are often just thinking about that at first, you know. It's like, okay, let me be compassionate first and then judge them or judge myself or judge the situation. First thing we do more often than not, at least again, for me, like you judge the situation, you go a little crazy, and then you step back like, okay, let me see. Oh my God, I need to sneeze. Sorry.
Bless you.
Thanks. let me see this through the eyes of compassion.
Yeah.
And it's something that Yeshua really, 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 really helps me with and helped me with, to find, let's say, this compassion vein and to activate it, because now it's much easier, and it is like part of my response for other people. For me, it's still a little hard to see compassion first, but for other people, it's much easier, it's much faster to find that compassion, because he helped me with that in a very kind of personal way. And I would ask him to let me feel how he feels about the situation, about the person, you know, and then he would show me how it is and how they love them and how it's so beautiful. And then you're like crying of love for a person or a thing, you know, that previously you were just judging, you know. So it is a practice, and it takes, you know, time and understanding and compassion with yourself as well.
Yes. I think knowing when to offer help can only be asked or be based on your intuition. Sometimes it is our role, sometimes not.
Yes. You can always offer help, of course, you know. And then if the person extends the hand back, you have kind of like an agreement, right?
Yeah. Can you share something about divine trust that can help take us beyond what we know into sparking a deeper, more loving and joyful understanding of it, and how it creates it into our lives?
So the first thing that I kind of wanted to bounce back with you guys is, what does divine trust mean to you? I'm curious to how you experience it and what does it mean for you. And I can tell you what it means for me, and Flavia can tell you what it means for her, you know, because of course we're different people with different, you know, individualities. So if you would play with me here, let's do that first. What is divine trust for you? You know, what does that mean for you? And do you want to answer first, or should I answer first? What do you want?
Yeah, I can answer first.
You go.
I go. Okay. This is. I think this is very personal. The way that we understand divine trust. Yeah, that's why you asked. For me, if it is a lot like surrendering and believing, not only like in me as this human now, but also in the way that life unfolds. You know, that things have... I do believe that things happen for a reason. And even though sometimes the reason is not comprehensible, you know that word? To my mind, it's this sort of faith and... Yeah,
it's like a flow.
For me, it's
easy.
much more of a feeling than a mental thing. So it's really hard for me to put into words. I don't know how to translate that, but it's this letting go of my my tiny irrelevant controls of things, and just letting things unfold as they should be, kind of.
I like that.
That was very hard.
That was a good answer. In a more like clinical way, if I was thinking about this as like I'm teaching a class, and for me, I wrote it down because I was thinking about this, and I wrote it down, and I wrote that it's the belief that you can rely on spirit within you in all endeavors. It's like you believe that you can rely on that primal love source that is within everything and everyone. So in practice, like you were talking about it now, right? So in practice, sometimes is reconnecting with that within myself, and knowing that as a human, sometimes or most of the time, we are not going to get the full picture, you know, and that's okay. You don't have to have the full picture. I can focus on this moment right now. So allowing myself to just flow with the currents instead of trying to fight what's going on, most of the time is for me what divine trust in action is, you know? Because again, we know that we are all these concoctions of God experiencing life, right? And I believe that and I feel that for myself. So when I'm thinking about trusting something, the way that I've found also to feel empowered within divine trust is to remember that I have a plan, that I volunteered to be on earth, you know, that I raised my hand and I'm like, I'm going to go. I really want to do this. I chose to be here. I wasn't just thrown in the planet like, oh, you committed this sin, so go there, screw yourself on earth. I've stopped believing that, lie that we've told ourselves. And I remember and I reconnect with that part of me, like I wanted to be here and I get to experience things. So how do I allow myself to just flow with the current, of the divine in the situation, instead of trying, like you said, to control micromanaging everything, because there is like a higher plan that I trust that I created as the universe, as God, as one with all of us, as our collective as well. So for me, it changed everything when I started perceiving divine trust, not me setting trust into this entity that is up there in the sky or that is down there in the center of earth or whatever it might be, and understand that I have it within me. So learning to forgive myself for being human, learning to forgive myself for all the behaviors and the thoughts that I've created in this whole, experience of my life that have been making me feel as if I cannot trust myself. That's the journey for me, forgiving myself, having compassion for myself and my humanness, and understanding that, again, I can trust my higher self. I can trust me. I can trust my intuition, and I can, because it's the truth, it's the unconditional truth that we all share, that we are love. We are here for love. So whenever it is that there's like a voice in my head or something going on, it's like I've only chosen to do this because of love, because I wanted to experience this facet of love, instead of trying to think about it like, oh my God, why would I create this? And I mean, these thoughts occur. It's not that it doesn't happen, but not letting that voice win, the victim of like, maybe if I set all of my trust in this other thing, I will feel free, I will feel good, and that does not happen for me. I think I'm too self-aware for that, So I've been learning to rely on myself, on my guidance, on my inner knowing, instead of trying to put that faith into something else that is so elusive and it feels so out of range, it feels like you can't reach that, perfection of what we've grown up, at least I've grown up believing God is, so again, if I was teaching like a class, I would say like it is simply as that, like it's the belief that you can rely on spirit within you in every single thing in your life. But in practice, that's what it feels like for me.
And I think it's so good that you pointed out the individual aspect of it, because when you mention something like go with the flow, it does not mean like doing what everybody else is doing.
Oh yeah,
like you're going with the
it's
current.
Your flow.
It's your own. Like if yours says do the opposite,
absolutely
trusting that this is,
and that shit's hard.
Yeah,
especially when it's against the previous current or the collective current, or like, oh, everybody my age is doing that, and then you feel like absolutely not, no, not here for this, and then you go against that. But it's trusting that, again, my higher self or my inner self has a plan, and I can believe that and I've learned to believe that I did not choose to come to earth to suffer. That is not my point. That's not what I'm here for. So it's unlearning those behaviors sometimes. Let's see what they're saying.
Yes. It's me knowing my destiny is badass.
Yes.
I love that.
I love that. So concise
Yeah.
and great.
This would be a request for Yesh and Hillel to teach us about applied compassion. Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Cool. Yes.
Please bring it back again for us,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Write it down.
Yeah.
Hi, Bruna. Divine trust to me is trusting in God instead of myself. Like you say, surrendering to God's will.
Food for thought, if I may. I'm trying to put this into a question. What aspect of you believes that trusting God is different than trusting yourself? Food for thought.
Well put. I argued with my inner guidance today. It felt discordant. When I went back to trust, things went better.
Love that.
Yes. I find it challenging to go into divine trust at times because it is tied deeply into faith of the unknown.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the unknown can be so scary, like a free fall away from all the familiar.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There's, again, I think there is so much space for that, because again, that's so valid, you know, being afraid of what we don't know.
Yeah.
It's of course it's valid, right? I don't think they are opposites. You can still trust and still be afraid. You know, it's like there's like a saying or something about courage, that courage is not feeling fear, but being afraid and doing it anyways. I think that it goes along with this, you know. It's like trusting the divine in you, trusting, you know, God within you, sometimes means, you know, doing the scary things and knowing that you are held no matter how your human feels about it.
Yes. I think it's interesting the words that you chose to explain that, Maria, because I've had the entire day when I was thinking about the topic of divine trust, the quote, "What if I fall? Oh, darling, what if you fly?"
Yeah.
Because it is really that, you know, this, we can just...
But it is scary.
It's just a shifting perspective.
Totally. And again,
The
I think
unknown is
that
crazy.
when I go into this, what I tell myself, and Flavia and I, we do that with each other as well, that we can do hard things.
Yeah.
It's like we can thrive in the face of challenge.
Yes.
I can do hard things. Sometimes it's so hard for us to understand the concept, and my inner child loves to hear it. You know, it's that yes, it's hard, but I can do it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean like pushing myself or bending my boundaries. It means that I'm strong enough to do it anyway.
Yeah.
If I decide to.
For those that have read it, and for those that didn't, a book suggestion is Untamed by Glennon Doyle, because this "you can do hard things" is a very big thing.
A theme in the book?
A theme in the book, yes. It makes me happy to hear you saying that, because I
You like the book?
Yeah. Oh yes, it's so good.
I'm gonna read it.
Yes.
Now it's Tommy.
No, it's Amanda.
Oh yeah, Amanda.
Divine trust to me is having faith in my soul's plan and letting my life flow and unfold.
Yes.
Yes. I guess for me, it's about letting go and stepping into a knowing that everything is aligned to God and according to divine will, even when they don't feel or look like they're going our way.
Exactly.
Yes. For me, divine trust is believing that everything is or will work out for my benefit, letting go of my fear of not being in control, knowing that no matter what the outcome is, I am loved and I'm loved.
Yes.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
This is why I'm so happy we are doing this class. I want to choose you more in my life.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I feel God is a part of my essence, so no difference. Nice.
Exactly. And that's why sometimes it gets really scary
Yeah.
in divine trust, because you recognize that you are it, that you need to trust yourself, your guidance, your heart, your own self, and take those steps, you know, lightly, you know, one in your own time is what I would say.
Yeah. I'm home. Thank you for answering my question. I loved the answer.
Oh, yeah. So we never really answered the question. So she asked, can we share something about divine trust that can help us take us beyond what we know into sparking a deeper, more loving and joyful understanding of it? So I would reconnect with that divine innocence, your inner child's innocence, and how easy it is to trust magic. That's what I'm gonna put. Just not trusting other people, not trusting the world, because again, all of us, I can probably say that all of us, we have some, if not trauma, at least like an issue that happened when you were a child or you were like a teenager, a young adult, that made you question if you were putting your faith in the right thing or the right person, the right situation. Happens, it's part of life, right? But reconnect with magic, like a child that just believes that unicorns are real, because newsflash, they are, you know, that aliens exist and that fairies and dragons, and reconnect with that divine innocence, and how easy it is to trust magic, to trust that you are magic, to trust that the world is magic. You know, that when you are like in the woods and the birds are singing and there are so many divine elementals being everywhere, you know, all of that. Reconnect with that is what I would say. This is the way that you make the divine trust journey become joyful again, and loving and free, and also light, or at least lighter. Reconnect with that innocence. Trust the magic of the universe again. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna need to sneeze again.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Thanks. This is like it's a great question, and this is a great technique I hear from Yeshua now, to reconnect with that divine trust and let things open up, you know? So what if you just believe in magic? You know, how can that be bad for you? Like, as an adult right now in your life, does it mean that you will just start, you know, changing everything in life? No, one step at a time. What if it's true? What if it's true? And again, don't you already believe in that unicorns are a thing, for example, that fairies are a thing? Dragons. Have you not heard at least once in your life as a child that it wasn't? That like gnomes don't exist, fairies don't exist, unicorns don't exist, and you're like, bitch, yeah, they do. And at some point you started, you know, shutting down that part of you, that innocence, and you called it naivety, and we as just like humans in society, we started saying like that's a bad thing, and you should live in the real world, yada yada yada. You're an adult now, right? I bet, like, if not everybody, most everyone here is an adult, right? Watching this, you can make your own choices, do your own thing. What if you just believe in magic again? Trusting that magic of the universe. And even if you want to get picky about it and critical, just look at nature. Just at how like nature evolves and transforms, you know. Look at rain or a rainbow or something like that. It's like, if that's not magic, what is that, right? So you can reconnect with that sense that I am magic too, so I can trust that I can create magic. Because sometimes, I'm gonna tell you, in the spiritual journey, it feels like that's exactly what you do. It's like, I need to create some magic here, not just the alchemical type of magic, but actual like magic that I can transform, I can create, I can revive this innocence without labeling it as something unloving, immature, or anything like that. So reconnecting with that, I think, is a lighter, more loving or joyful way to reconnect with divine trust. Make sense?
Yeah. It just reminded me of something. I'm going to say that very quick because we're running out of time. But when I was a child, I would get sick a lot because I had asthma, and it was a mess, but I wanted to play in the streets, play outside. and I would go inside to drink some water, and I'll be like, "Oh my God, this is like an elixir for power and stuff." If it worked
Oh my
for
God.
real, I don't know. But in my mind,
Of
back then it
course.
was like, "Yes, I'm so strong now."
Totally, like games, right?
Yeah.
That you were. I love that. Oh my God! When I was a child too, we lived in a small farm,
Yeah.
and I would create all of these, fantastical things in my head all the
Yeah.
time too. Like I would grab some flowers, and I have this thought like often, like I would grab some flowers, and I really, really, really wanted to create my own paint for whatever reason. I wanted to paint things with that flower, and that flower, the paint would create some other things, so that was me already connecting with light language, and I didn't even think about that until now. But I would draw like these symbols and things with that paint that I made from nature, and that had like exactly the same thing, like it has this power of doing this and that. Is it not true? We are like proving ourselves right now, so connect with that. I wanted to talk about something that I forgot, but we have like a slide or something about it. What was it? Like we're forgetting something. Oh, we wanted to talk about the schedule of events.
Yes.
Right? For this month. So more on this theme, a journey of divine trust. We have all of the things here that you're seeing on the side. All of them are Patreon
events.
Yes.
Benefit?
Exactly.
Yes.
And so the Ask Us Anything is for everyone. So every single tier, it's $5. Very affordable. The channeling for tier 6 is for tier 6, and this one is the one that we are on Zoom. So we have like a Zoom call, and you get to ask things on camera, and we connect a little deeper with the essence of the beings of the month. So this month will be Yeshua and Hillel. So we will guide you into connecting with them a little bit more, embodying their essence more, things like that. Magdalena's class is for tier 3.
Yes.
With which we do not have any specific theme, but we have a theme of the month. So it will be something regarding the journey of divine trust. And then we have a channeling for tier 2, which is also very affordable. In my opinion, it's all technically affordable because you don't just get like this specific event. You get access to every single thing we've done.
In your journey.
Exactly. But this one is also $11, so you get to ask questions for Hillel and Yeshua. We can get a little bit more personal. Then we have the ceremony, which is also awesome, and I love doing ceremonies with Yeshua. He is like great at it. And the spiritual bonfire is kind of like a get together with the group for tier 5, right? That 5 and up. So all those things, like if you join tier 6, you will have access to every single thing, by the way. So it's cumulative in a way. But anyway, so we just wanted to show you a little bit about, the schedule, what we have this month. We're very excited to connect and do this with them.
Very excited.
It's awesome.
I loved the answer about joy and divine trust. And Flavia, you just gave me an idea. I'm going to do just that, create magic in my life like a child. I love so many ideas. I have so many ideas now. I love that.
That's so cool.
Yes. We have been stimulating that childlike behavior in our house as well. Even drawing
silly things and whatnot.
Playing games.
We used to paint with literally any flower or berry we could find. Yes, it was always symbols that we didn't understand, and now looking back, it was always light language, right? We were already baby witches.
Having tea with Mary Magdalene.
Oh yeah.
I played with mud a lot and loved pretending I was mixing things in cauldrons.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh my god. My favorite thing would be this small like wooden stove that I had. It was literally like this big. It was like iron cast.
Yeah.
Stove with like two like tops, and you would put like wood to burn in it, and I had like these tiny little cauldrons. Oh my god, that was my favorite thing about it's my favorite thing to do. So I would cook like pasta in it.
We should totally try to get our hands around those, because we learned recently that people to make things easier to sell from door to door, back in the day, they would make miniature versions of things like of a stove or a pan or things like that, so people could carry it around, and it would work. We saw a waffle maker.
Yes,
Like
a
that.
tiny
Was
waffle
this
maker.
big.
I
We should get our
cannot.
hands around it and play.
Oh my god,
Play
it
doll.
was my favorite thing. But I'm thinking about it because we would create stuff, you know, like I would create the whole like dollhouse out of clay. It's not clay.
Yeah,
Mud, but it's like clay-ish, you know. Weird.
What
It
is
was-
the word do?
Yeah, it's like mud, but it would be formed like, it's not just like a puddle of mud and things, like it would form.
It's like a thicker
So
mud.
like, yeah, and I would
The-
like create,
yeah.
I would build my own, you know, house for my
Yeah.
dolls. But this little stove was my favorite freaking thing. I still
sounds
love
fun.
miniatures.
Yeah. I always think of you, Flavia, whenever I hear about unicorns. I love that. It's one of my guides.
Yes.
So I love that. I watched Pamela's unicorn channeling today too. It was
Oh,
so
it was
magical.
today. Of
I
course.
love that.
That's so
I was
cool.
listening to a unicorn channeling from Pamela. I love that.
That
check
is
it
so
out.
cool.
They're so fun, unicorns.
Yeah, so pure, so
Yeah.
loving.
Let's see. Next question.
Ou será
try
que
to
já tá
go.
bom já? Vamos falar das fotinhas do...
Do you want to answer these in the Ask Us Anything?
Yes, I think we may leave this discussion for our next events. You know, we still have some questions, so I'm sorry if we didn't get to answer all of them. We'll answer them after tomorrow, probably, right?
Yes,
On the
in
Ask Us Anything. So,
The 14th.
yes, exactly.
Yes.
And we just wanted to mention, we forgot about saying this before, but for the next 24 hours, we have a flash sale going
Yes.
on Etsy, because we just published 4 new arts, and these are them.
Yeah.
So you have Halel, you have Yeshua, you have a charging grid with Halel and Yeshua's energy, and a sacred geometry mandala
Yeah.
for divine trust.
Yes. And here it says 10%, but it is actually
whole-
25%.
Yeah, but the whole store is already
Yes.
10% off, but if you're watching this now and you want to get your hands on those or any other things, the whole thing also,
Yes.
25%. We have some programs there as
With the
well.
code?
But yeah, we have a special code
Yeah.
for YouTube, only for 24 hours. And what is the code?
YouTube 25.
Yes. So YouTube 25, all caps, or does that make any difference?
All caps.
Okay. YouTube 25,
Yeah.
all caps, everything on our Etsy store.
Yeah.
If you're watching this from now to the next, 24
Until
hours.
the 13th.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this is what I was talking about. Like this halo is my favorite
Oh, yes.
thing
My
I've
God,
ever
it's so
drawn.
gorgeous. This strand of hair
Ugh.
falling on his forehead.
Yum.
So hot.
Yes.
I love to find a wooden stick that was bigger than I was and wear a hoodie pretending to be a
I love
magician.
that.
I'm picturing this. scene.
It's like,
So good.
you shall not pass.
Yeah.
That's the vibe. Oh my God.
My God.
I
remember-
loved carrying like huge, I'm going to call it a staff. Okay. I'm not going to call it a wooden stick.
Okay.
It was like a staff. I love doing that as well. Just
Yeah.
walking around, because again, we lived like in the middle of nowhere. So it was just
Yeah.
so great. I'm so grateful.
I loved going to my friend's farm and bringing back home bones from
What in the
animals
actual?
that died there. I remember because
Dark
it started
magic.
with like small bones. Like, oh, this looks like I don't know,
Tell me,
boomerang.
it
or
ended
something
up
like
with
that.
a skull.
It ended up with a skull.
Oh
like
my God.
this big.
Your
And
parents, your poor parents.
I wanted to hang it on my wall because I thought it was so cool.
This is the most.
The moment I got out of the car with the skull, my mom looked at it. She was like, "No, send it
Absolutely.
back. We're not having this at home."
This is the witchiest thing
Yeah.
I've ever heard.
And I had to send it home. It was so cool. We had, oh my
I
God, it was
totally
the
know what
massive,
you're talking
massive
about. We
egg.
had one of those in my grandparents' house as well, like an actual one.
Yeah,
It had like horns and everything.
so cool.
It was a little creepy.
I loved it.
Collecting bones, the way you expose yourself in these
Oh.
live events.
Yeah.
Wow.
People are used to it by now.
What in the hell?
Yes. YouTube 25. Thank you, Duda. That's correct.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Hello,
Hello,
Aisha. Am I
Aisha,
pronouncing
April.
your name right?
I-
Aisha?
Yes. Let us know, please.
Oh, I don't know.
Let her
I'm so
tell us.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, if we pronounced your name wrong.
Yeah. I've been with you guys for a long time, and I have gained so much with being a part of this group and the
Oh.
amazing teachings and gatherings. It has been the best investment of my life and a blessing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
It's been an honor.
yeah. The halo looks so amazing, right? Was it another live? I missed this. It's okay. The replay is going to be available.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we have another one again after tomorrow.
Friday.
So
Yes.
exactly. My 4-year-old
time.
granddaughter is always mixing potions in a small cast iron
Oh my
cauldron.
God.
That is so cute.
cute.
I love that. That was
Yes.
definitely us. Well, Flavia was
Yeah.
bringing balls back home, so
Yeah.
she was on the
Yeah.
next level, but
Yeah. Dude.
that is
God.
so sweet though.
Yes. Love this. I can't wait for this month. Me too.
This is my favorite Yeshua pick so far.
Right? Yes.
I've
Mine is
been-
the water one, but this one is the
Yeah, I
second.
love the waterfall one
Yeah.
as well.
For sure.
But I'm still improving in my art. What is the word? Techniques. And I think that it's starting to look better as well, right? So there is
That's so
that.
good.
So at least again
Yeah.
for me.
Plasticina. What is that?
What is?
I'm trying to think if could be another word that it autocorrected, but I don't know it.
Sounds like a medicine.
It sounds maybe, yeah. This was amazing. Thank you so very much. Love you
Yay.
both. We love you.
Thank you
so much. Thank you, Tommy.
So we'll see you guys after tomorrow on our Ask Us Anything. We will again answer
Yes.
all the other questions that we didn't get to today on the Ask Us Anything. So I think it was Tommy and Mary, right? Who else?
What?
But yeah, so we will
Goddess
post
Mary and Tommy.
probably tomorrow. I'm going to post another. What is the word? I'm gonna post another post. Oh my god, it's the redundancy. So you can put your questions for the Ask Us Anything if
Yeah.
you cannot make it live and things like that. So, for example, like if you arrived here late and we didn't, you didn't get to ask anything, you can put your questions there. I'll post it
Yes.
soon today.
Yes.
So then you can, put your questions there, and whatever we didn't get
Tomorrow,
to
it's 9
answer,
p.m.
yeah, whatever you didn't get to answer today, we'll do
Yes.
it after tomorrow. Okay?
Yes. Oh, so this was an extra. Yes, this is open on YouTube for everybody.
Yes.
That's why you got confused. The Ask Us Anything is on Friday.
Yes.
So we still have that.
Absolutely. So
Yes.
see you on Friday.
On Friday. Thank you so
Love
much.
you. Bye.
Bye.